guys. I know it has been a while, but I've been extremely busy. I didn't left my projects of making a video game behind, but what I did was training myself to use Unity and developing a simple game concept from what I already have learned from the Killable tutorial. So the idea here is to show you the development and progression of this game and how we want it to look like and where it wants to get. What do I want it to get? So my game is called Shadow Council. This is the Unity screen. I'm not going to go into detail about Unity. I'm assuming that you guys already know how to operate this program. If you don't, you can find Unity tutorials at unity.com, which are fairly easy to follow. So basically the idea is a simple 2D platformer in which I have a hero, an enemy, and a pickup. This will be my hero, this is my enemy, and this is my pickup. So the goal here is to get this guy to jump on these platforms and to get this coin. Now here's the twist. In a common platformer you can just kill your enemy without him without mattering if he looks at you or not. But the idea here is to make a stealth platformer, kind of like Mark of the Ninja, which is a great game and I love it. My final version of the game is going to be different from Mark of the Ninja. It's going to be simpler, I guess. But well, the concept is to develop a little bit the stealth elements without having to program a very complex mechanical engine that allows the character to move as it does on Mark of the Ninja. So that's pretty much it. We're going to see, this is the very basic screen. We have a number of elements here, objects. This is my background, as I'm going to explain the features of each and every one of them in a bit. Alright, so let's get started with our hero. So in Unity, all of these images are called sprites, and sprites are the objects that make up your game. I have them here in my project folder. Sprite can be a single image or a collection of images. In this case, the hero is a collection of images because it's going to be animated, and the animations I already programmed some basic ones, so we are going to take a look at them shortly. This is my enemy. So as we saw with our hero, our enemy is also a collection of images, what they call an atlas. So my background, which is here, and we have a little collectible, a tile set. This is just to create obstacles and platforms, and this is just the collectible. So let's take a look at the components. So in Unity, what's great about Unity is that it already has incorporated a lot of the features that we already saw in the Killable tutorial that we had to program ourselves. So for instance, Unity has this component, it's a rigid body 2D component, which makes this sprite a rigid body. In physics, a rigid body is any body in which forces act without deforming it. And without getting too technical, what it basically means is that this is a physical object and it's going to have a mass, it's going to be attracted by gravity, it's going to have velocity, and it can be moved by forces. It also has a box collider, and this box collider is what calculates the collisions between my character and all of the other elements in the game. So you will notice that the background has also box collider to limit where the character can go. We also have a box collider for these tiles to make platforms. These tiles are not rigid bodies because they are essentially just colliders for which the character can stand on, but gravity does not affect them. They are going to be static. They are not going to be affected by forces. They are not going to move in any way. The enemy is very similar to the character, in which it has a rigid body and a box collider. However, it's different. The difference between the enemy and the hero lies in the player control and enemy control scripts. Now, Unity, let's take a look. Unity allows you to make scripts to program behavior controls into your characters or sprites. So my character control allows me to move my character. These are done on C#, which is a language that's very similar to JavaScript and is particular to Unity. It's very well documented, so all of the work that I'll be doing here for this game is going to be done on C#. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at this at the script. So player control uses a rigid body 2D and uses the Unity engine to move. Basically, what I'm doing here is to get input from the keyboard using the input category that is inherited from the Unity engine. These are superclasses, and this is a vector2 type variable. Vector2 is a 2D vector, as in physics, which has two components, x and y, and I multiply it by a variable called speed, and speed is basically my movement. This variable can be modified from the inspector to calibrate the game more easily. RGB add force movement is basically adding a vector for a force vector to the character, so it's actually pushing the character whenever I make get axis vertical or horizontal. The enemy, however, has a very different script. The script for the enemy does not have any get input axis or anything like that. That's because the movement for the enemy is automatized. I only have a vector in which I'm changing the velocity of the enemy from 0 to a vel, which is also a variable of the program. So let's take a look at how that looks. So as you can see, my characters are already animated. The enemy is moving, but the ninja is not moving, but it is, running into place. I haven't programmed all the different animation and triggers that Unity has. We'll do that in a separate video and show you how to animate the objects. But basically, if I push forward with my keyboard, the character will move forward, and if I press backward, it will move backward. Obviously, I will program animations to make it more seamlessly, to make it stop when the character is being stopped, to make it the enemy go into like a patrol, and obviously program jumps, because so far I cannot jump, right? Okay, so this is the progress I've had for the game so far. I've been working in Unity for a couple of weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks, and this is all I have learned. But as I keep pushing, as you can see, when you start experimenting with Unity, you'll see that it's very intuitive and easy to use. And really, as you get more into the development, you'll see that it has great tools, and it is amazing truly what you can do here. Okay, folks, so thank you for watching. This was Unity video 1. Goodbye.